If you are not a natural born citizen with all of the rights and privileges that entails, then you gotta toe the line. Why should we advocate for your right to stay here and break the law?
Well, I think there's a couple of things in that. So one has to do with this idea that we have become so desensitized to what deportation is. The Supreme Court described deportation in 1922 as the loss of all that makes life worth living. We act as if deporting someone from this country is no big deal. You're tearing someone apart from their family. And the important thing to remember there is that, what is the problem then that deportation is solving? I mean, deportation is a government policy, so it should be solving some sort of problem. And when you say, well, it's solving a problem that has to do with crime, well, the people who are facing deportation because of crime didn't commit the crimes, if they did commit them, because they were immigrants. They committed crimes in the past because they lived in over-policed and under-resourced communities and found themselves in a situation where they may have gotten a record, just like many, many American citizens do. And so when you take them out of their community 5, 10, 15 years later, you're not solving the crime. You are creating a new set of problems because you leave children without their parents, because you leave families without breadwinners, and that's where you see the situation where families and societies start to fall apart. And I say this with the knowledge that it should be said that immigrants as a whole, migration as a whole, is associated with lower rates of crime. Immigrants make our communities safer, and that a criminal record shouldn't be equated with an idea that anyone is in danger other than the family that is facing a loss of a parent to the deportation system. And so that's the framework that we have to think of. Yes, there may be concerns about what kind of rules we set up, and people's need to follow those rules. But you have to start with an understanding that the rules that we have today are completely arbitrary and unfair and don't represent the reality that's on the ground. If we wanted a system that made sense where people could follow the rules, it should reflect the reasons why people come, why they need to stay, and the importance of family as a core unit of our immigration system.